Yes, God, moom.
I should have thrown up mine. It's whatever. Oh, that is loud.
Welcome. I'm acting. Damn you. Welcome to the currently unnamed podcast where we put the tea in reality. You can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy, a Say Something Gay. Gay, drinking a Celsius because my life is falling apart.
Hi, gay. Happy Pride Month. Here at the Butter Shop, we are sashaying away with deals. My name is Dawn Stone, also known as your now number one Just May impersonator. You're also getting smooth jazz, Dawn Stone, today because I have to be quiet.
And I am Brandon. As usual, in drinking water, hydration is important. I am also trying to be quiet because as of recording this right now, we have to be. So.
That's what you get for living on the East Coast, bitches.
And also, I work in the morning.
Want to live here.
I'm like, it's a sensible 8:45 p.m. for me, Mom.
Well, must be nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's the American invasion on Drag Race UK because none of the Brits are here.
Sadly.
Schedules are shit sometimes, and this time it's just us.
We are doing this at a very inconvenient time, but it's the only time that we were able to make it.
The most inconvenient time.
Very.
But we are talking about Drag Race UK Series 4, Episode 5, Lairy Poppins, the Rusical, live.
Yay!
Live.
A pretty great episode of television, if you ask me.
Honestly, probably one of my favorites of Drag Race UK of all time.
I think I agree with you.
Same.
And I'm going to say this. We're halfway into the season. UK 4 is coming for UK 2 as the best UK season.
Oh, I don't think anything's going to beat UK 2. But also, I thought nothing was going to beat UK 1 when UK 1 came out. Yeah. I was like, how are they going to top that? And then they did. So, you know what? We'll see.
And UK 3 is lovely.
UK 3 is great. I love UK 3.
When you say lovely, it's just like, well...
It's giving very good!
Very... Because I was gonna say, because I remember like watching part of season 3, and I actually had to stop because timing. Again, I hate timing of everything, so it's just like, here we go. Like, and I never like. I remember watching one. Forgot how I watched. Oh yeah. I think this was when Logo was actually like airing them a week later after it was released. So that's how I was able to watch it. So I was just like, okay. And then now like being able to watch UK 4 now. Thank you, Logan. So I'm just like,
anytime.
This is a well-versed cast of what I've seen of the international franchises. So.
Yeah, I really enjoy what this cast has been bringing so far. I really enjoy how diverse it is and how we're seeing a really, really, like, honestly, great content throughout because of it. You know, yeah, I love it.
Party.
Well,
we come back into the workroom and Smitty's gone. Smitty's gone. And, Pixie's gagged. She didn't win. And I'm not. But she is.
I mean, honestly, I don't think anybody was going to be beating Danny. Coming from the perspective of the queens there, I can definitely see why Pixie because she thought she pulled out every single thing in her arsenal. She pulled a dildo out. You know what I mean? Like, I would kind of be pissed if I didn't win either. So, no, I totally understand where she was coming from there. But at the end of the day, Danny really did steal the show, and she didn't need all of those tricks to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Which says something.
And I'm pretty sure I said it in the last episode. But I feel like if there was only going to be a solo winner, then it was Danny, no question.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like this also could have been the kind of challenge where a group win could have been justified. And in that case, give the win to Danny, Cheddar, and Pixie. I could have justified that in my mind.
Oh yeah, I would have too.
They were by far the best group. But if you're gonna do one person, it's Danny.
Yes.
Oh, 100% I agree. But also, like, we've had at that point, 4 episodes, and 2 of them were group wins.
Exactly.
So
And that's where, like, I wish it's something where I wish Baby had been the solo winner of the girl group challenge, so that way we could have Cheddar, Danny, and Pixie win the improv challenge.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I also thought it would have been an interesting opportunity to set Cheddar up as more of a front runner.
Oh yeah.
Because now we're 5 episodes in. I see Cheddar still making the top 4 because their drag is impeccable, but I don't see production favoring Cheddar, I guess, in the way that I thought they would have, if that makes sense.
No, I definitely see that. Of the recent episodes, like, I've been seeing more of, like, my initial favorites, surprisingly, like, getting more airtime than I initially, like, thought they were going to. So it's like,
I definitely agree there with the comment that you made about Cheddar, about how she felt like she wasn't getting the front runner edit that you expected her to get. However, she's getting the confessional queen edit. You know what I mean? Like, she is, which I was not expecting from Cheddar Gorgeous. I was expecting her to get a very, like, Hanaconda, Rosé, professional, Eleva Day edit, where, like, oh, she always has everything on it. She's always there. But she is really proving that she has that confessional, that TV energy. Like, it's very Davina, Jujubee.
I was going to say Bianca. It feels very Bianca in confessionals.
Almost Bianca, yeah, but with a little bit more just coming for people without the jokes, but also, like, Bianca's more just coming for people, but it's funny, while she's making jokes while coming for people.
Sure.
If you know what I'm trying to say there.
Yeah, Bianca's more witty. Yeah, Bianca's more witty with it, while Cheddar, like, she knows how to, like, get to people, but not.
I mean, they called themselves smooth as a sexy dolphin in this episode. So, and now that we'll talk about it, but the queen who departed this episode, now that they are gone, I think Cheddar is going to fill more into that role a little bit more than we've already seen 5 episodes in. So
definitely.
When we come back into the workroom the next day, they make sure to make it very, very well known that Jonbers is the only queen without a badge. And I truly thought they were setting this up to give Jonbers the win this week.
100%.
Typically, it's like, it feels very, like, I attribute this to Nina West, but I know a lot of queens have done it before, where it's like Nina in confessional during her first win was like, I'm not standing out. I'm going to get a win this week. Hey, guess what? I won the challenge. Like, I thought we were going to get that energy from Jonbers. And while I think Jonbers did a good job, we'll talk about her performance later. And Pixie is still a little pissed off that she didn't win.
Yeah.
She's getting banned.
I don't want to say she's getting janned. I want to say that she's getting Jackie Coxed.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, I do actually. Yeah, I like that.
No, yeah, I agree more with Jackie Cox than Jan.
Because Jan is, like, on a whole nother level. Like, you know, like, I think she almost had that iconic face crack moment.
I was going to say, where's the face crack?
I have the face crack right here.
Do I get my robe?
Get the robe.
Get the robe.
Get the robe.
While I compare Just May to Dawn.
Girl power, no amen.
A funny side note, when I first saw the photo of your hair dyed, I thought it was fake. I 100% thought you photoshopped it. And then I saw you in a podcast, I was like, oh no, that's real.
It is 100% real. That is my real hair. Thank you.
And not Gia Gunn, good! But no, it looks really good.
Yeah. Also, I forgot to say, I don't have a drink today. I have this candle, though, and it's lavender and lemongrass scented, and it's really nice.
Ooh.
I also have a candle going, but it's like way off to the side. It's salted coconut and teak wood.
Ooh.
I need to start lighting my candles again.
Right?
Yeah, because
That's
I just bought this and I haven't. It's champagne margarita.
Good choice.
Is that Bath and Body Works?
Yes.
Good. Welcome to our candle.
I was gonna say, are we gonna have a candle segment on the podcast now?
Honestly, can we have a candle segment?
We could.
With the cups, we show our candles.
It's time for cup and candle.
Not the cup and candle.
Cup and candle.
Anyway, RuPaul comes in his best Vanity Milan cosplay.
Please.
No, I love that Vanity on Twitter was like, I love that RuPaul was wearing the jacket I lent him.
Yeah, that
The only
jacket
thing
I
that
was
would have
just
made
like,
it better
hello.
is RuPaul coming in and going, dirty rice. And then
Dirty rice.
I would have
Anyway, the mini challenge. It's the reading challenge. And I truly thought this was one of the better reading challenges we've had in a long time.
Oh, I agree.
100%.
I wrote down a funny joke for, I think, everybody. No, I'm missing someone. Who am I missing? Oh, no.
Is it the one that only said one joke?
It might be. Okay, I wrote down a read from Cheddar, Baby, Dakota, Peppa, Pixie, Danny, and J Blonde. Oh, I'm missing LaPhil. LaPhil is the only one I didn't highlight.
I remember LaPhil being funny, but I don't remember what she said.
No, same.
So, some of my highlights. Baby reading Dakota saying that her legs are as long as her conversations feel.
That was good.
That was good.
So good. Cheddar calling Peppa cracked Peppa. Dakota reworking the classic Jujubee read.
See, I didn't think that was good.
I thought it was pretty good.
With that
girl, no one's coming. It's cute enough.
Like, I just felt like it was kind of a stolen read. Like when Nina Bonita Brown tried to do the BMW joke. Like that's what it kind of felt like.
Yeah. I think I have 4 that are my absolute favorites. It would be Peppa reading Danny saying that she needs to stop using Marmite as her foundation color.
That was good.
That killed me.
Pixie.
Oh,
you're gonna say
I'm pro-choice.
That was the best one. That was literally the best.
That's the only reason why she won, because none of her other reads were that great.
I know.
That one was so good that I don't care.
My winner, personally, of the reading challenge was Danny. Shocker. Because my other 2 are Danny's. Danny reading Dakota saying, I'm so happy that we've embraced trans queens. It's time that we show off trans mediocrity.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
I screamed. And then Danny saying, Pixie used to shag Tia Coffee. Too bad charisma isn't sexually transmittable.
That was good.
I screamed. I literally screamed, and I thought my neighbors were gonna come downstairs and like yell at me.
And
and then Jonbers reading Danny saying Danny Beard is an anagram for shut the fuck up.
Oh, that was a good one.
I thought that was really good. But Pixie does get the win for the mini challenge. Like I said, I would have given it to Danny personally.
Same.
But Baby, I'm pro-choice was the best read.
It was the best read.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
It feels like RuPaul gave Pixie the win because she didn't win the improv challenge last week, if I'm being real honest. That's what it feels like.
I was not mad at her winning it solely because that pro-choice read was just that good.
I wasn't mad at it, but
yeah. So
looking at the body of reads that we were shown, Danny would have been my winner.
Mm-hmm.
But we move on to the Maxi Challenge, which is Lairy Poppins, the Rusical, live. Now, I must implore you both about your experiences with Mary Poppins.
Brandon, would you like to go first on this one?
Sure. So, I actually did watch Mary Poppins live in 5th grade when I lived in New York. So, yeah. So, during that year, when I still lived in New York, I was we did Rosie's Broadway Kids, and the musical that we watched that year was Mary Poppins. So, and that's how I was very familiarized with Mary Poppins. So,
Party.
See, I thought Mary Poppins was a Guardians of the Galaxy reference. I'm kidding. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. But no, I actually have only watched Mary Poppins once, early elementary school.
Me too.
I understand it enough to get the premise of the musical, and I am trained in musical theater in high school, so like I understand. I went to an arts high school for musical theater, so I get that. So I get all the references that were being made throughout the musical, but not the most versed on Mary Poppins per se.
That's where I fit as well. Like, I know the story and I know the premise. And I understood why everybody, for the most part, was the character that they were.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of where I was at. So, but for winning the mini challenge, Pixie gets to cast the Rusical. And there's a few things to note. One of them specifically is Dakota. First of all, being like, I hate musicals. Which...
Me too, sis. Me too. I hate musical theater with a passion. Like, literally, I was in musical theater in the department because I wanted to somehow figure out how to perform pop songs.
Well...
And now I lip sync to pop songs.
And now you're gay.
Well, I mean,
now you're gay.
And
Am
now...
I the...
Sorry?
I was going to say, am I the only musical lover here, Brandon? Brandon?
I'm like casual. I'm not like...
Okay.
I know musicals because I went to school for musicals, which kind of ruined
I know
the
musicals
liking I had
because
for
I'm
them.
gay. Basically.
Well,
Nice.
mind this. The last thing I saw on Broadway, well, this was on tour basically, was seeing Hairspray when Nina West played Edna Turnblad. So.
Oh, I love...
Nina West came to my hometown. And I'm not even in a big city. So I was like, Nina, what are you doing here on this day? But I wasn't able to go because I figured out she was coming here literally the day before. And I didn't want to pay $70 for a back row ticket.
That's valid.
Valid.
The last show I saw in person, and I'm thankful that I finally got to see it, was Hamilton.
Okay.
But that was January of this year when they started touring again. Yeah. So they came to Tucson, and we were like the third show back for them. And they did, I think, 2 or 3 nights in Tucson. And it was lovely. I got, my friend texted me like the day before and was like, hey, I have tickets to Hamilton. Do you want to go? To which I obviously said yes. And she failed to mention that it was like 8th row orchestra seats.
Okay.
So I was like,
there.
up in it, but I was so far in the left wing that I could not see the left side of the stage.
Oh no.
Oh.
So I got about 80% of the stage, which was still fine because it was a great performance and I could actually see the actors' faces. So like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I was cool. But anyway, Dakota hates musicals and she decides this is the challenge where she wants to stand out because she hates musicals. So she's going for the bigger roles and ends up getting a very small role that is paired. Now, we've seen these paired roles throughout musicals, and usually they don't do well.
Yeah.
It's not really a role where you can stand out. And so Dakota is a little pissed off about that.
Honestly, I think that she was kind of typecast into this role. She did, like, honest to God, nobody at all did a bad job. I know we're not getting into
did good.
like we're not going into performance yet, but honestly, like she was like, but I think she accepted it because she was like, I knew this was just gonna happen to me anyways, so might as well just let it happen. And honestly, I respect that. She was like, you know what? That's cool. I'm gonna do my best, live my fantasy, feel like trying to do the best I can.
As much as they've been paired together so much, I feel like it maybe would have been a little bit more beneficial for her had Baby been the other twin and had Black Peppa been the mother.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been literally 3 challenges in a row that Baby and Dakota would have been working together. But I do feel like their energies meld a little bit better, and that's why they've worked together for the last couple of challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I think Peppa and Dakota did a really good job together, but Peppa was more so like, I'm going to do my thing, and if she catches on, then so be it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right.
The other thing is Pixie casting the Rusical and then forgetting to cast herself and accidentally giving herself the lead.
It's giving Robbie Turner.
It is giving Robbie Turner.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay. Like, if I was in that position, I'd be like, okay, cool, I'm the lead. Great. She ends up overthinking everything.
Oh, yeah.
And it leads to her ultimately swapping roles with Danny. And essentially just giving Danny another win.
Honestly, in that situation, I don't blame Pixie for what she did, because I remember like sometimes I would be like, I wanted to be in the ensemble when I was in musicals. Oh God, now I'm saying musicals for my life.
I said
Dawn Stone on Drag Race.
Dawn Stone on Drag Race.
Season 16.
I'm hoping for season 16, but I want to but I always wanted to be in the ensemble because I loved reacting and giving those big reactions to what they were saying. I also just hate memorizing lines. And if you can get that standout role in the ensemble, you will be 10 times more remembered than being the lead role in some. And if you have that, like, if you like, the only thing I remember from season 6, that one acting child, just Darian Lake, and she was a head who had one line. If that says something, like.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Rusical from season 6.
No,
because all I remember is Bianca being a pageant queen, Darian being paired with Gia, and Gia being horrible.
No, I meant the acting challenge.
Acting challenge.
Yeah, my bad. But still, my point stands.
Absolutely, yeah. So we end up, the twins are Peppa and Dakota. We have Baby as Martha Prude, the mother. We have Danny in the lead role as Lairy Poppins, Pixie as Lick Van Dyke, Jonbers as Bird Woman. Just Bird Woman. There's no
Just
name.
Bird Woman.
Bird Woman. Cheddar as Rochelle LaRoche, and LaPhil as the OG Mary. And we end up doing recordings. Yeah, recording that happened with Michelle.
No, yes, not recording, like singing session.
It was like a vocals practice.
Yeah, singing session.
So we do vocal performance learning
practice
with
rehearsal.
Michelle.
Vocal rehearsal. That's the word we're looking for.
Thank you. And then I realized that we get to talk about Giovanni Pernini again, and it just makes me happy because he's hot.
Oh yeah.
I love that they
robbed.
Michelle was robbed on Strictly.
She was very robbed on Strictly.
I would love to see Michelle on Dancing with the Stars.
They put the ally out on the voguing challenge, and I'm still mad about it.
She danced to Vogue and got eliminated. And she was doing very well.
The injustice of that, especially Michelle being a huge Madonna fan. Like,
she should have just not done anything to Madonna, and I feel like it wouldn't have cursed her.
Honestly.
But I love Giovanni. Was super happy to see him. I love that they're pulling choreographers from Strictly, because this is now the 3rd time that they've done this. on UK.
And
They
I'm
did it on
still
season
thinking
1.
about OT. OT
I'm thinking of
Mabusi.
Oti Mabusi.
Ugh, she's so hot.
Yes.
She's so hot. Anyways.
Anyway, I don't remember what happens in the workroom for the trauma mirror. Does anyone remember?
I don't think there was a trauma mirror.
I don't think there was trauma mirror. Like they
Okay,
just were just. I think all they really talked about was like pre-show rituals.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't really much like trauma stuff. Just like a fun like moment to have.
That's why I don't remember it, because it's not trauma, and that's really bad. But anyway,
Yeah, I have no memory of the drama mirror.
cool. Let's talk about it.
Party.
That's guest judge, because we usually forget to mention those. Hannah Waddingham, who was amazing.
Oh, she was great. I have no idea who she is, but I love her.
She's an actress. She was. Did you watch Game of Thrones?
No.
Okay, then you're not. I didn't either, but I've come to find out that she's the character in Game of Thrones that just says shame.
Oh,
Shame. That's Hannah Waddingham.
I know
Oh my
you're
God.
talking about. Okay,
That's Hannah Waddingham. Yeah,
that's kind of a
like
slate.
for Americans, that's what we would know her best from.
Honestly, I'm sad nobody did bad then. Because imagine if somebody did really bad and they bombed and she went shame.
Oh my God.
Shame.
No, she got to come on one of the best episodes in a long time of Drag Race.
Honestly.
Good for her.
So this photo is shit because I had to pull it myself, and obviously they're moving in a Rusical. But let's just do overall thoughts. Dawn, starting with you. Overall thoughts on the Rusical.
In the words of Candy Muse, I love it. No, I'm kidding.
Not Candisha Moose.
Oh, I love Candy Muse so much. Another Kevin, by the way. But anyways, I really enjoyed this musical. I was thoroughly entertained throughout. I enjoyed the Beetlejuice aspects that were added into this to make it a little bit more creative, especially with Lairy. I thought that was genius. Danny killed it. Everybody did a really, really good job. Everybody was a standout character. Like, even the people who were in the bottom, I was like, wow, you did a really good job. I thought they were going to be in the top. Like, I didn't know who the tops and bottoms were, except for that the tops were extremely obvious. But then at the same time, I thought LaPhil was going to be in the top. So,
yeah, because like watching it, I guess I was trying my best not to get influenced by the edit, like I usually am, sadly, because I did see how Dakota was like struggling a little bit, but Dakota held her own and like did pretty well, like for what she was able to do. And then I actually enjoyed Baby. So
yeah, nobody struggled in my opinion.
Nobody did bad. That's the thing is, like, I know that they factor in like certain things, and UK is a better one to do like double saves and things like that. I honestly wish that they had just judged this challenge as a top 2 with a non-elimination, because everyone's performance kind of deserved it.
Same, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Do we?
I still think we would have ended up with the same outcome, but sorry.
No, I agree.
I also have, this is just a little bit off topic. I do have notes for individual performances as well. Do we want to wait to do that until we go to the runways and everything, or do we want to do that?
I don't mind doing it with the runway. Actually.
Okay, that's cool. I just wanted to make sure.
That feels a little bit more organized. So yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Then let's do that. Category is West End Wonders. Now, as a musical theater homosexual, I was very thrilled by this. I was excited to see what people would pull out, and oh boy, some people pulled out a lot of things. Let's start with Pixie doing. Oh no, not me skipping forward.
Too soon.
Pixie, it's Pixie doing Hairspray.
For Pixie, honestly, we just saw Baga in this outfit not even a year ago. Like, it was for a Rusical as well, but still, like, that kind of makes me like, on it, but I enjoyed the reveal. But I would say, though, that I do enjoy this one much better. I wanted to do that a lot louder, but I have to be quiet right now.
I'm not going to
Also,
do it for you.
I also feel like Pixie did a fantastic job in the performance. And I remember that I said Jackie Cox earlier. I actually lied because I feel like Pixie's getting Dorjied.
Oh.
Dorji is a really good, I think, comparison
Oh.
because Dorji was always losing to one person, and that was Bob. Every time Pixie has been in the top, she has lost to Danny. And like, but honestly, like, and I put this in my notes, she kind of did this to herself. So like,
she
can't-
changed her own role and gave Danny the lead. So
yeah, she kind of gave that up. So like, she can't really do anything about that. But yeah, overall, it's a good runway.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, yes, we did kind of see like Hairspray again from prior. However, though we didn't know that they were going to do the same, so can't really blame them for that.
I was going to say, I feel like this did film after UK versus the World, though.
Oh, it definitely did.
Oh, definitely.
Especially after this preview that we had for the next episode, they definitely did.
Yes. Yeah, Pixie did great. I can't remember anything specific that Pixie did in the Rusical, but I thought Pixie did a great job. Was very consistent, had the character down, and it's not a difficult character to embody. So I thought the change, if that's what Pixie needed to feel a little bit more confident in the Rusical, then I'm happy she did it because, again, like we keep saying, nobody did bad in this Rusical. As far as the runway, I'm tired of Hairspray references. I think we can let Hairspray go, along with a couple of other references from this year. I hate the shoe. I
don't mind the shoe.
It cuts her ankle off and it makes her legs look shorter. For me, at least.
I agree there. I don't hate it. What I don't like is that the tights don't match her skin.
Oh,
they're extremely tan.
Like, it's a very, very big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just noticed that, so I was just like, oh, okay.
Oh, and this picture does it justice because on the runway, in the lighting, it was even worse.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Dawn, some scores?
I'm going to give it an 80.
Yeah, that's also an 80.
I'm going to give it a 75.
Valid.
Jonbers, Singing in the Rain, and in the Rusical as Bird Woman.
All right. So honestly, if Danny didn't bring the runway that Danny brought, Jonbers would have won this challenge for me hands down. Like, she had my favorite performance of the night, and literally, like, I put this in my notes. They gave me full on like Jonbers Blonde winning blue balls this episode.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I don't understand how she didn't win, but I understand why, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, but also I'm like, they kind of janned Jonbers in this situation, but just didn't give us the reaction that we wanted. This runway, I don't know what the judges were saying because I really like it. This is what I was expecting when Jonbers said that she was a fashion queen, and this is the best that her makeup has looked all season. And
I would say this is the best she's looked all season.
This is the best she's looked.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I really don't have any critiques. I wish that maybe the boot was a thigh high, but other than that, I really like it.
I think I'm going to agree with you on the thigh high comment because kind of similarly but different to Pixie, it cuts her off a little bit. I would have even just loved like a fierce cunty black pump. I think that would have been perfectly fine. I understand the boot because of the rain, and I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But
a thigh high could have given the same impression.
Agreed.
Yeah, thigh high, knee high boot like would have worked, but like I still enjoy this, obviously.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, like some of the judges, I was just like, I think they just didn't get like the fact that there was like different parts, like the cage, no cage, cage apart, like like they can see all like the differences, but I think the concept works, so can't really.
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
I
they like the concept, but they didn't like how it was executed.
I don't mind the execution even.
Yeah, I don't mind it either. So
I think they
I
literally
got-
just told her all this so that she wouldn't win.
to give them an excuse to not give her the win.
Yeah.
I thought, I don't know. I think, yeah, given challenge and runway, I think Jonbers was probably second. I loved her interpretation of this, and like not being a singer and still doing very, very well in this live singing Rusical. I was really, really impressed with what Jonbers did. I wasn't really expecting her to excel in this kind of challenge. And so I'm very excited that we are getting her excelling. I do fear, and for those people that have watched Drag Race Philippines, you'll understand this. I fear that Jonbers is going to get Evil Queened, where she's just incredibly consistent throughout the whole season, but never has a chance to push through like it's her win.
For a reference, could we say Ellie Diamond?
You could definitely say Ellie Diamond as well.
All right.
You could also say, you could say Thorgy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just all like being very, very consistent and placing high and doing very well, very regularly. I went to Eva because that's like my frame of reference as far as like recent people that have been in this scenario. For
Mhm.
context, Eva made the final four without a win, but was very consistent throughout the whole season. So you could definitely say Ellie Diamond as well as someone in that sort of scenario. And I love the runway look, but I do agree the boot could have been thigh high or even shorter, and I think it would have been fine.
yeah, like the thigh high or knee high could work. Like that's how I would like see it.
Honestly, the boot though doesn't bother me enough for me not to give it a full. So full.
I mean, I'll also give it full. So
I'm gonna make that 3 full. Black Peppa doing the Lion King.
stunning.
Literally
Stud.
gorgeous. In my notes, I put for the performance, I put that the goal of the Rusical is to stand out, especially when you have a small part. And Peppa did what she needed to do to skate by and be safe. And every single thing that Dakota did, Peppa took that and made it 10 times bigger. This runway, I literally have written wow, wow, wow in all caps. And that I love how Peppa always brings her heritage and her culture with every single part of her drag. And I loved the headpiece. I love everything about the different animal pelts. I love how she was describing it. Yeah, I have no complaints. How's your head? I have no complaints.
Yeah, no complaints. Like the attention to detail to everything, like the piece, the head, like even like is it hay or
I guess it's like a tall grass straw,
like
something
just
like that. Yeah,
everything about this. And of course, I think I'm trying to remember if I watched. Yeah, I watched Lion King twice on Broadway, one on tour, one in New York. So was able to like, and this is just flawless,
I agree with everything you said, specifically, Dawn. I love how unapologetically Black Peppa has been. Pun intended. But I just love Peppa's aesthetic and what she brings to drag. And I'm falling more and more in love with her as the season goes on. This look, while very simple, is so eloquently done. I did think it was slightly weird that she was like, I'm wearing, like, was it like slaughter or whatever?
She's like,
like her
this is like she killed all these other people. And this is she's wearing her.
Killed all her fellow castmates into one.
Which I loved. I loved weirdly that
I know,
analogy she would make.
It doesn't make sense, but it also does make sense.
It's giving very Suki doll, not always making sense, but I look snatch.
It's giving she was giving Jiggly Caliente's trash can on All Star 6 when she wrote all the names on the trash can.
Oh, okay.
Also, side note, this is what BB Zahara Benet wanted on her All Stars 3 finale look.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I wanted BB to give when she had that little tiny, and then she gave that little tiny cat hat that was just got the Ken doll. That's what it was kind of giving there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess I'm giving this runway a full.
Overflowing.
It's full. Dakota Schiffer as Barbara Streisand in Funny Girl.
Oh my God, Leah Michelle looks so good here.
Don't do that to Dakota.
Don't do that.
At least Dakota can read.
That part.
Yeah, she can read.
As we saw on the mini challenge.
Dakota can read. Honestly, this look is stunning. I love the silhouette that it's giving. I did see on Instagram that her hair was actually not supposed to be for this runway. This was actually her finale hair that she was going to wear because she thought she was going home this episode, and it's very inspired by Sharon Tate.
Yeah.
And I guess Rue called her out on that in the confessional or in the judging, but it was not shown. But I really enjoy what this is giving and what it represents. Funny Girl's an iconic musical. I'm literally going to be performing Funny Girl soon as Leah Michelle, so look out for that. And yeah, she was great. Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to see something a little bit different from Dakota, but I don't have too much to say about this runway other than that. And her performance is great, not fantastic. Great just looks good when there are stronger characters everywhere around you, and that slight hesitation that she had is what landed her in the bottom, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I can echo what you just said with everything with Dakota right now. Stunning as always. Though I wish I could see something a little different. Though, yeah, this is still stunning. So
I don't give a single fuck. This is beautiful. I'm not saying y'all didn't say it was beautiful, but
you said it was beautiful. It's stunning.
I'm not saying you didn't say that.
What was that?
What was that?
James.
What? Stop that.
Please.
Stop that right now.
I'm sorry, am I raining on your parade?
You sure are. No, I love the Sharon Tate Valley of the Doll's hair. I love this dress. It is so simple, but she just has a way of wearing the most simple garments, but making it look just so expensive and regal. And I loved this reference to Funny Girl. Yeah, I thought, and I do think everybody did good in the Rusical. However, if I had to say somebody was the worst, it was Dakota, unfortunately. There were moments, and I've watched it a few times to make sure that I'm not just being influenced by the edit, but there are a few times where she looks a little dead behind the eyes, and there are a few moments where you can tell she's thinking about what to do next. Whereas most other people just didn't have those moments. But I think Dakota did exceptional in this challenge.
Literally, there was no weak link in this challenge. This could have been Daytona Wind, and they could have just gotten away with Angeria-ing her and making her safe.
I think it should have.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, especially if they're going to go along with what they've done in the past few seasons and do a top 4 that does give them an opportunity for a non-elimination episode. I'm just saying. But
I mean, last season was also a top 3, so. But
the season before was the top 4.
It was, yes.
So, my cup is full.
Also full. Yeah,
95.
This season is giving like it could be a top 4.
It could be. I'm gonna say 95. I'm gonna stick with that.
No, this season is giving top 5 with a live finale.
It better have a live finale. Now that we're on season 4.
I don't think it does.
I know. I'm just hoping now that like we're on season 4 and we have that, a live finale would be great.
I'm so interested to see what the first international franchise to do a live finale is going to be.
Thailand already had one.
Well, other than Thailand.
Oh yeah, then I have no clue.
I should have said active.
Valid.
Unfortunately, active. You would have thought UK would have done it by now, but
I think now that it's season 4, and that's when US had their first live finale, that I think UK would start that maybe in season 5, but
or maybe UK All Stars.
I don't think All Stars will have a live finale ever.
I want it to. Anyway, Cheddar Gorgeous doing Hedwig.
Let me pull up my Cheddar Gorgeous notes.
Well, while you do that, I just want to rave about this runway look because I love it. I love Hedwig. It's one of my favorite musicals. I just thought she did so spectacularly on this runway. It's something so different for Cheddar, and I love it. And I thought her performance was very, very good. I would have put Cheddar in the top.
So I love the message that this runway is giving. I literally just don't know enough about the musical to give any valid critiques on it at all. However, the construction is gorgeous. I really enjoy it. Maybe would have changed the shoe, but I like it. Performance, she did great. Again, nothing too overly fantastic, but she acted enough to get past. And what's wrong with hot fish bones, Eris?
What's wrong with hot cheese, Dawn?
Oh my
What's wrong with hot soup, Eris? Anyways.
Oh my god. Not going back to the soup thing we had from last.
Don't worry, I have it at the ready. In case you were wondering.
Eris, this is just me saying I love you.
And also, on a side note, that good.
I miss doing that.
I know.
I haven't had a need to have vodka for like weeks.
The 1-year anniversary is coming up, babe.
That part. Yeah, like just echoing everyone, just flawless. Like just the detail of like the what do you call it? Wings?
Mackie sticks.
Mackie sticks?
Yeah, because they're Bob Mackie.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like the Deny Me and Be Doomed, like just perfect.
Yeah.
Full.
I put 85 just because they don't know the reference. But it's gorgeous.
Wow. Is it Cheddar Gorgeous? LaFelle! Doing the King and I.
I'm going to let y'all go first because I have a lot to say.
I don't have a whole lot. I think she looks great. I don't think she should have been in the bottom 3. I think the runway look is phenomenal. It makes her look a little short, but that's kind of the way that the garment is constructed, and like I can't fault her on that. Because even the shoe choice, like it's a shoe that should provide her height, but she still looks kind of short. But overall, I think she looks good, and I thought the performance was good.
Yeah, like again, I've been trying my best to not get influenced by the edit. Like I could see why they say that like her performance like at the beginning wasn't as strong, and then she like finished strong, which I'm like, okay, I can see why, but like I honestly still think she did a good job. And of course, I'm just living for LaFille's runways every single time. Like, come on. Like, I don't know much about The King and I, but this outfit is just like it just yes.
It hits different.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna start with the performance. I really enjoyed it, honestly. I genuinely thought she was gonna be in the top this week, but when everybody did as well as they did, I'm not surprised to see her in the low position. Um, I caught glimpses of her bloomers, which did have the Union Jack on it. However, I do wish she went like full on blue hydrangea and was just a slut with it. But yeah, I saw those Union Jack bloomers, but I never got a chance to enjoy it because we barely got to see it. For the runway, I love this. It is so immaculate. Honestly, I literally just cannot give it an overflowing because of Danny Beard. Um, she ate it so hard. Like she ate that runway up with the performance of what she gave down there. And I do enjoy how gender fluid this outfit felt because like it felt like there was no gender to this monarch. Every single stone was immaculately placed and the makeup is literally impeccable with all those details. This is the first time that I really understood who LaPhil is as a drag character, and I'm really appreciative of her.
As if the first week Chinese runway didn't do that for you?
I mean, if you go back to that Chinese runway, like I enjoyed it. Like I said, it was good, but it was just a lot.
Okay.
Like, and I didn't really like the way she was modeling it. This, I really enjoy how she's modeling it, and I'm really seeing who she is as a queen.
Obviously, I resonated with the first week for obvious reasons. So,
But yeah, overall, I give this a full.
overflowing.
It's gonna be full for me.
Okay.
This fucking slut. And I mean that in the most loving way.
Oh, yeah.
Baby doing and Juliet. Yes, bitch. I loved it.
It's stunning. I love this silhouette. I just don't know the reference well enough to critique it, but love the hair, love the makeup, love this casual sweet streetwear that's mixed with that royal European energy. And in the performance, honestly, I don't think she did as bad as they tried to make it seem like she did. Because honestly, when she was up there, I was like, oh, baby's really doing well. She was giving us all the face that I needed during that whole performance. But yeah, no, like literally, I have no critiques on it.
Same. Like again, I've just been trying my best not to get influenced by the edit because it's just like I honestly thought that she was like she was one of my favorites, and I can't like, and of course here like seeing the edit, I'm just like this is not supposed to be giving ? Even though she was giving.
I have a conspiracy theory.
Okay.
And I'm going to bring it up later when we talk about the lip sync. I agree. I also don't think Baby did bad by any means of the imagination. If we're going on performance, I unfortunately probably would have put her in the bottom 3. But again, everybody did so well that like it's a little frustrating to me that they didn't do a top 2. And again, that goes back to my conspiracy theory, which we'll talk about. But I love this reference. Are either of you familiar with Anne Juliet?
Not at all.
Okay, so I believe the soundtrack is available on Spotify and Apple Music. Go listen to it. It's really fun. It's the story of Romeo and Juliet if Juliet didn't die over Romeo.
Okay.
It's like an empowerment like situation. It's really fun. I don't want to give away any of the major details because there's a lot of like major details that are like very important, but highly recommend the soundtrack. It's phenomenal. It I believe originated on the West End, and it is now coming to Broadway and touring America. And I think Baby said it again. Don't quote me on this. I believe that when & Juliet premiered on the West End, it was the first West End show that was ever led by a Black woman.
Oh, okay.
And like originated and led by a Black woman.
That's amazing.
Oh, okay. I'm looking this up. I did not know it was written by Max Martin.
Yeah.
Okay, that's.
Yeah. That explains. If you know who Max Martin is, then everything makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it made me really, really happy to see an & Juliet reference. There's a lot of people online that didn't get this reference. And I will not be elaborating on that. But I appreciated that she made the reference to & Juliet. I love the look. My cup is full.
Yeah, my cup is full.
95 just because I don't get the reference.
And then
I can't give it a full since I don't get it.
Valid.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just looked this up. So it premiered at the Manchester Opera House.
Okay.
So
yeah, it was a first for having a lead that was a Black woman. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it's something along those lines. And I think Baby even mentions it in the episode. I just don't remember exactly. What it was.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Bitch.
Y'all.
Danny pulls out fucking Audrey too. Are you kidding?
This was everything.
Are you kidding?
Mama.
This is Danny Beard's Drag Race and we're living in it.
That part.
This had me gagging. My mouth was to the floor when I saw this, like, the first time. I was like,
100%.
Like, who brings this type of outfit to, like, any type of runway? And I'm just like...
Danny Beard.
This is what Nina West wanted to be when she was referencing Audrey 2.
Okay, but Nina's Audrey 2 was still a very good runway look on.
It was very cute and it was very camp. However, like, this is literally almost perfect from head to root. Yes, I did say head to root. And okay, I know that it has to be there, so I'm not complaining. Because I've complained about this previously, Isis. But that fishing line that's holding up everything is so thick. And for what? Like, she could have just had a vine and wrapped a vine around it or something to hide the fishing line. Or even
whatever.
But that's
whatever.
But however, that does not bother me because I was bothered by there not being stuff holding up things beforehand.
I would just like to know, A, how many suitcases did Danny bring to Drag Race? And B, it makes sense why she's been wearing the same silhouette for the last 4 weeks, because she had to use an entire suitcase to pack this.
Honestly, I want to say this was an entire suitcase.
Easily at least one, if not 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
Though I will say, I just noticed this. If you take away all the roots, the headpiece, and the pot,
it's the
she
same
is still wearing a knee-length dress.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
there's a pot there, and there's an Audrey 2 on her head. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care this time, though. I do not care.
This is the exception. In the words of Paramore, you are the only exception.
We were all saying last week, Danny Beard, please surprise us.
That was a surprise.
Surprised us.
This was a surprise.
Much.
Yeah. I still feel like I love Danny, and I'm very happy that Danny is the front runner, especially on a RuPaul judged Drag Race. I still have a feeling they're not going to give Danny the win if they make it to the top 4, because I still don't think RuPaul, in his heart of hearts, will crown a bearded queen. I just don't think it. And I didn't want to put that in the universe, but I just don't think Ru will do it.
That part.
And
also,
if Danny deserves it by the end of the season and Danny does win, I'm going to be very, very happy. Obviously, as someone who soon will be a bearded queen myself. I'm working on it.
Period.
Working on it.
Before we move on, I do want to bring up her performance. because
Oh shit, we didn't even talk about them before that.
I know.
yeah, honestly, we were very enthralled by this runway, and
Well,
it literally took
obviously.
over our whole life.
Yeah.
But
We kind of brushed over it.
we
her
brushed over the
and a couple
performance
other things,
because
yeah.
she did a great job. Like, I loved everything about this character that she took. She took Lairy Poppins. Like, when Michelle said, "This is your character," like, she meant it, you know. And she literally took that Beetlejuice reference, mixed it with Mary, and blended it so seamlessly. And what I respect about this performance is that it always felt like Danny Beard. Like, no matter what it would, like, this is Danny Beard.
Yeah.
And that was really cool.
Overfloating.
Overflowing.
And I'm gonna take so other than Danny Beard, what was our favorite runway look of the week?
Oh god. There's so many good ones.
Should we go back real quick?
I can, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, do I be
I have mine.
Mm-hmm.
You know
That's
what?
all of them.
I'm gonna say Jonbers.
I'm gonna say Jonbers as well.
I'm gonna say Jonbers.
My bias is saying LaPhil, but my non-bias is saying Jonbers.
But again, everybody looked good.
Everybody looked great.
So we got Black Peppa and Cheddar Gorgeous are safe. We have a top 3 of Danny, Jonbers, and Pixie, and a bottom 3 of Baby, Dakota, and LaPhil. Again, so I feel like it should have been a top 2 lip sync and nobody goes home.
Honestly, like, in that, like, to prove that, you can literally switch anybody in safe with anybody in low except for maybe Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and you could like I could see why Cheddar would be in the bottom. Like, I could see possibly why Black Peppa could be in the, like, any of them could, or you could put some of them even in the top that were low. Like, that's how good this Rusical was.
I think personally my top 3 would have been Danny, Jonbers, and either Cheddar or LaPhil.
100%.
Oh, okay.
I thought Pixie did good, but I remember more of what Cheddar and LaPhil did than I remember what Pixie did.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
We go to Untucked, and Baby, this is the start, not necessarily a start. We got a couple of other references throughout the episode and a couple of references in episodes prior of Baby's mental health not being, the best in the world. Struggling, not being able to get out of her head. All of that kind of stuff. We see that kind of culminate here in this Untucked moment. Dakota is, mad that, she's in the bottom again. And yeah, I mean, that's about it for Untucked. I don't know if anything else.
No,
those were like the main things. So
there wasn't really anything else. Pixie didn't get any, like, nothing or anything like that. So
because Pixie was happy that she finally
felt like she broke through. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we go back to the main stage. We find out that the winner is Audrey 2. I mean, Danny Beard.
Who's surprised?
Not me. Not at all.
Because this was like highly expected. So.
Like, and it's kind of wild that even though this Rusical was so good, Danny still won in a landslide.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how. Like, again, that just shows the prowess of how great of a performer Danny is.
I was trying to pull up Baby's social media. Anyway, we have a bottom 2 of Baby and Dakota.
Honestly, like, I think this would have been a double Shantae if Baby did not bend a la creme / Ginny Lemon / Adore Delano herself. Dakota and Baby both served it in, like, completely differently.
Yeah.
But I think, like, and honestly, like, when I wrote these notes, I said I would have given it to Baby. But honestly, like looking back, I think I would have given it to Dakota.
So they lip sync to There's No Way with the original vocals from the original Broadway cast by Renee Lamb from the musical Six.
Baby.
This is one of my favorite songs from Six. And when it popped up, I literally paused the TV, looked at my roommate, and like screamed a little bit. Please, for the love of God, can we have more musical songs as lip sync songs on Drag Race? And I have one that I already know I will be performing when I start drag, and I hope to see it on Drag Race in the future, and that's Satisfied from Hamilton.
Facts.
Yes.
That's my favorite song from Hamilton. I think it would be so fun to see it done on Drag Race. So that's just me personally. There's a myriad of options, but
I mean, if I were to choose one specifically, just because you don't need context of the musical for this one, how has Don't Rain on My Parade not been done?
Honestly.
How has Barbara not been a lip sync song? Barbara must be real expensive.
Oh no, she is expensive. No, she is expensive. Actually.
Just do the Richard Berry version.
Here's what I'm saying though: the fact that we've gotten Beyonce multiple times on season 14 makes me hopeful that VH1 is finally going to pay for some good musical theater standards.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Barbara's expensive. Being Alive, I want to see Being Alive as a lip sync song. That is another song that I plan to do when I start.
If they do a Broadway runway, they better do Defying Gravity.
I'm also a little surprised we have not seen Defying Gravity. Again, I think it's probably a little more expensive to get the rights.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyway, this lip sync by far is in the top 3 best lip syncs on Drag Race UK, period. And I would like to see someone fight me over that.
I mean, the only things that I could think would be above it are what Memories and Call My Name are the only 2 I can think of that I enjoyed more.
So a lot of people, and my roommate included, said Scandalous. I don't, because Scarlett's performance is not good.
No, I'm sorry. Vanity just ate that up so hard that I can't even say that.
Vanity ate that up. I put of the Vanity Milan series of lip syncs. The one I put up there is actually Hallucinate, because her and Crystal both serve it very well.
I wish I could enjoy Hallucinate, and I think the performance is great. However, I could not get into it because Vanity Milan did not have any lashes on.
True. However, like my top 3 lip syncs from UK at this point are Baby and Dakota, Vanity and Crystal, and I think it has to be Memories.
Especially now.
Especially now. But because I think of Tace as the lip sync assassin of UK, but I don't think any of her other lip sync opponents stood up to her in the way that I think Cherry did. Because to this day, I still think Cherry did a great job in that lip sync.
Mm-hmm.
Tace obviously is Tace, but I thought Cherry did a great job. So those would be the 3, with my honorable mention being Call My Name.
Underrated.
Incredibly underrated. Anyway, this lip sync was so good. I think I agree with you, Dawn. I think I would have given it to Dakota.
Because she didn't need those tricks to get the judges like, yes.
And I'm surprised that I'm saying that I think Dakota won.
I mean, because we also had that conversation, the other day? When we were having this, and we were both like, I think I'd give it to Baby. But then, looking back and watching it again.
Oh, I've watched it 10 times easily.
Dakota just barely edged her out.
Yeah.
No, because that one part that Dakota did, walked off, and then
no,
I died during that. So I was just like,
it was so good. Now we get the moment. Baby interrupts RuPaul before RuPaul gives the results and asks to go home because of her mental health. So we lose Baby. Now, There's been a lot of discourse on the online regarding this. I think most people are of one mindset that Baby wanted to respect the competition, but knew well ahead of the time that she wanted to go home. She put something on social media. I can't find it.
I know what you're talking about. On her stories, I think.
I think it was on her. It was either on her stories or she posted it and then posted it on her story. She had a long monologue where she talked about having a breakdown the night before they filmed the Rusical, and then again with LaPhil having a breakdown either right before the runway or right after the runway, somewhere like that. My thought process is that Baby told the producers prior to the Rusical that she wanted to go home, but wanted to continue out the competition and respect the competition. And regardless of who she was in the bottom two against, was going to go home. That's at least the perception I get from what Baby said and from what the series of events seems to be. I don't think it was anything necessarily egotistical. I don't see this as Baby not wanting to hear that she had been eliminated. I don't think it mattered who she was in the bottom against, who
it was inevitable.
It was inevitable. And I think that's why Baby was in the bottom. Because for me personally, if I had to absolutely pick a bottom two from this episode, I think it would have been Dakota and Peppa, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I think that in all respect to Baby's mental health, because obviously that does come first, I think she also, at the end of the day, knew that this was going to be a great TV moment.
Yes.
Because Baby, I think she knew she was going to be a fan favorite, knew that this was also going to be gaggy. Again, this is not saying that anything against her mental health, because obviously that is still very important, and that could obviously still be a very important part of why she made her decision. However, I think she knew in the back of her head that this was going to be great TV, which is why she did it. Also, to anybody, please don't send hate to anybody regarding their opinions on the matter.
Yeah.
Because that, it's not cool. Like, and we've seen a few people be just completely hated on, telling them that to kill themselves over their opinions, and that's not cool, guys. So please, like, don't send hate to anybody.
Very.
Yeah. Agreed. If you're going to provide something, make it constructive criticism, like I did.
Brendan, do you have anything to say?
Again, just echoing everyone's like thoughts. Like once I watched that part, I was like, I actually thought they actually eliminated Baby. So like once I saw that it was it was her walking, I was like, oh, okay.
Also,
and,
oh wait, sorry.
No,
go ahead.
And how that was handled, of course. Like, of course, we remember how Adore and Ben had their moments where Adore left in the middle in the workroom, and then, of course, Ben eliminated herself, like writing her name on the lipstick. It's like this is just like I want to take a moment for myself rather than just make this a dramatic moment.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I watched the episode a little bit later, and I accidentally saw Dakota's post, and I saw that she was in the bottom. I didn't see against who. And it's something Dakota said was like, I hate Rusicals, so I thought Dakota was going home this whole time.
Oh.
So like it was. So I was like, when I saw that Baby was going home, because I was sure I was like, well, bye Dakota. Thought she was a front runner, but no, like she actually kind of got to stay.
And I love that Dakota also got this moment to shine, and they both turned out a phenomenal lip sync. I hope that if Baby thinks that she can return to Drag Race at some point, I hope she does. But if she doesn't think that that's the space for her, then I'm going to do nothing but support her, because she's easily one of my favorite girls to be on this year. And there's been a lot of them. There's a lot of girls.
There's like 100 something that came on this year or something like that.
It's in the hundreds. Or no, insane. I think it's nearing 100 new queens.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
That's literally up to Derek Barry. Just this year.
I got a message while we were doing this, and I haven't looked at it. Cetera Aside on Twitter, who I love, by the way, I love you, Cetera, posted a list of confirmed Drag Race seasons airing in 2023. Would we like to hear the list?
Yes, I did see this, so...
Oh, okay. Baby, by the way, before I do this, baby, I love you. If you ever see this, you probably won't, but if you do, I fucking love you. And you are incredibly talented and one of the most unique and beautiful souls to be on Drag Race in a long time. So thank you.
And nobody will ever put you in a corner.
Except for yourself. Okay. Confirmed seasons of Drag Race in 2023. US 15, US All-Stars 8, España 3, España All-Stars 1, Belgium 1, Sweden 1, France 2, Philippines 2, UK 5, Down Under 3, Canada 4, Brazil 1, Mexico 1, Germany 1.
I just hit myself in the eye with my finger.
14.
That's insane.
And that's just the ones confirmed so far.
That is fucking insane.
And then in our universe of reality TV, on top of Big Brother Canada 11, Big Brother 25, Survivor 44, and Survivor 45. On top of probably Claim to Fame Season 2, we're going to hope for that. Hopefully Mole Season 2. And on top of, haven't even considered Dragula, haven't considered any of the other offshoot drag shows. So needless to say, if you would like to join our drag panel to cover Drag Race for 2023, please DM us at _reality because we need it. Please. Anyway.
Hey, we still love it. We still love it, though.
Oh, I'm going to be honest. A couple weeks ago, I hit Drag Race burnout. I'm going to be real honest. It finally happened for me.
Oh, no.
Honestly.
It finally happened for me. And I was one of the people that was like, no, I still love Drag Race. Drag Race is great. Drag Race is wonderful. And I just hit a plateau where I was like, nope. I feel this. I get it.
Honestly.
Valid.
After España Season 1, I think is when my Drag Race burnout happened. Now, honestly, I can maybe watch the entrances and maybe the full premiere episode of the international seasons, but that's as far as I'll get when it comes to the non-English speaking ones, because I just can't take that much Drag Race all at once, especially when we're getting we're getting what? Canada, UK, Down Under, US,
All-Stars.
And then All-Stars and a Versus the World. That's 6 seasons of just English speaking. And if you count it Philippines as well, that's 7. That's a lot of Drag Race that you'd have to keep up with. So honestly, like, that's why I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to watch the English-speaking seasons, respect to the other seasons, but, you know, I just can't.
I've been the same way because I started France, but I couldn't, like, get myself to finish it because
it was so good.
I know it's good, though. Like, that's my issue. And same thing with España. Like,
I was going to say, instead of watching them, you could just watch the coverage of them on the Cup.
I've already watched
What a
them.
great transition. No, but honestly, I've watched España 1. I loved España 1, but I just couldn't get into España 2 because I was on Drag Race burnout, even though I knew it was going to be so good.
One thing, and I talked about it, because this will come out before our Drag Race Philippines end of season recap. Eventually, when we maybe only have one season of Drag Race happening at once, I want us all to go back and watch Drag Race Thailand.
Yes,
it's one of the franchises that not many people have watched, and I love Thailand. It's one of my favorite franchises, so I want to promote Thailand again, especially now that season 3 is not happening in the near future. I want us to do that. But anyway,
I agree.
Also, just like Pangina.
Yes.
Also just Pangina. And art. And PR.
Yes,
Because
and
art is fabulous. But 2 things before we head out. Next week, Snatch Game! Do-do-do-do.
Oh, I do have things to say about this. I do
Okay.
have notes for this.
Okay.
One, are they doing Snatch Game on the main stage? Because
I
it
couldn't
looks
tell.
looks like they're on the main stage
Yeah,
for Snatch Game. And I was like, oh no, they are not celebrity drag racing this bullshit. Also, Mel fucking B, bitch. It's time for me to actually know who somebody is, and it's one of the Spice Girls. I love the Spice Girls.
I'm very excited. Obviously, Mel B. And now we just got to get Victoria on.
Mm-hmm.
Could you gag season 5 if Posh is
Can I
on?
gag? No, I'm kidding.
Don't worry. I don't
Oh no,
think
did he
she
froze?
ever-
He froze.
Oh no, am I alive?
You're good
you're
now.
alive.
I don't think she would ever do it, but I hope Victoria Beckham would be on.
Oh yeah.
I hope.
Oh yeah.
But
I just want Mel C back on my screen.
see, yes. I'm very excited personally for Tess Daly and AJ Adobu.
Oh, now Dawn's frozen. No, not anymore.
Oh no, is everybody frozen?
I'm good. I'm good.
I think you muted your mic, Dawn. No.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, I heard a disconnect sound.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Wait,
Tess Daly and
am I
AJ
good?
Adobu.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
you
good now.
Well,
That's who I'm the most excited about personally, beyond just Mel B. I love Mel B. I'm very excited for Mel B. But yes. Oh God, Dawn is gone. Dawn is back. Hello, welcome back, Dawn.
yeah.
There. Thank you. One last thing, even though I'm the only one here representing the draft, it's time for a draft update.
I was already kicked out of the draft.
And so was Brandon.
Rip Starlet.
Anyway, oh boy, the turns have tabled. The turns have tabled. If you
Is it
remember,
giving interesting angular movements?
yes, it is actually. If you remember from last week, I was in 3rd with 15. Eris and Rhea were tied with 16. Things have changed. So, in 3rd place with 15 points is Eris Envy.
Okay.
And tied for 1st with 21 points are me and Rhea.
Okay.
And at this point, I am the only person still with 3 team members. For context, I have Cheddar, Pixie, and Jonbers. Team Rhea currently is Danny and Dakota. And Team Eris is now Peppa and LaPhil. Eris having lost baby in this episode. So
Okay.
that's that on that. And next week we'll be back with Snatch Game. Do.
Woo!
Here
Where
we
we
go.
have our, at this point, once a month conversation about what Snatch Game characters we would do.
Oh gosh, y'all don't know my Snatch Game characters.
Oh yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
and I'm excited. I'm excited for you to hear who I would do because I know you know most of my references.
All right.
And I'm still not sure who I want to be for Snatch Game.
And you know what? Let's just leave this on one last thing. We're just gonna keep it there too. We're just gonna stay there throughout the whole end. I was trying to find "fuck you, Eris Envy," but I couldn't find it. So Logan's a whore is gonna work.
There